Please remain standing for the national anthem. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Haere mai, haere mai, haere mai. Your Worship, Invercargill Mayor Tim Shadbolt, Guest Speaker Michaela Edwards, Ngāi Tahu Kaumātua Michael Skerritt, SIT CEO Penny Simmons, and other distinguished guests, family and friends of graduands, and finally, and most importantly, graduands. My name is Sarah Brown. I'm the Chair of the Southern Institute of Technology Council. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 2016 Certificate Graduation ceremony for the Southern Institute of Technology. I'll just begin by reminding you all to please switch off your cell phones or check the turn to silent. Family and friends of graduating students, thank you for entrusting your student to SIT. We are returning them as graduates and as better members of the community they will be a part of. We are proud to have been part of that process. To the graduates, for you, today is the beginning. The real task now begins as you turn your qualification into something that is meaningful, useful, and productive for you and our wider community. You have the opportunity now to look to the rest of your community and to see what you can do to make it a better place. You have been part of an organisation heavily involved in the local community. You should be proud of the organisation you've gained your qualification from. SIT punches well above its weight on a national and an international stage. Education is the key to your success as an individual. I don't mean solely the education you have received at SIT, but the education that you should and will gain going forward in life. You are entering the workforce at a challenging time in our country's history. If you're educated, and more importantly, if you continue to educate yourself, you will be able to decide for yourself what is right, what is true, and what is important for you. You will be able to put yourself in a position to make choices about where you will go in life rather than having those choices made for you. Being educated is not enough on its own. You need to be determined in order to succeed. It has been said that you should bite off more than you can chew and then chew as hard as you can. I think that this may be the definition of determination. I'm quite sure it's a recipe for success. I now invite Ngāi Tahu Kaumātua Michael Skerritt to say a karakia.
Tēnā koe te Sarah, ngā mihi nui ki a koe, koro mātua Tim, te pau Penny, koutou katoa, pau ako o te whare wānanga, tēnā koutou katoa, ka hui au ki koutou ngā tauira ko koutou te kaupapa o te pōnei, nā reira mihi nui ki a koutou, ka tautokunga mihi kua mihia. Nā reira, haere mai, haere mai, haere mai. I turn to use the Aug Certificate Graduation, and you're the call of the night. It's you that have pulled us all together on this kaupapa. So very big mihi to all of you. Tēnā te mai, mi noi tātou. Just have a little prayer for our evening to go very well. Mai e, mai e, mai e. Mai e te pō, mai e te ao. Ko koe o te mātou atua, kei roto koe a mātou, ngā wā katoa, ki e tūtangdai mātou, rungi e papatunuku, kōrei koe atu. A whenatia mai mātou, mō mātou mahi, tēnei pō, ki e horehi e tō wāru ki a whānui, whakamaua ki e tīna. Tīna, humi e, hui e, tae ki e. Kia ora tātou.
Thank you, Michael. I'd now like to call on Invercargill Mayor Tim Shadbolt to welcome you all here today. It's always an absolute pleasure to have Mayor Tim here with us. He's a great advocate for SIT, and I know he'll provide you with a warm southern welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, His Worship, Mayor Tim Shadbolt.
Kia ora, greetings and welcome to all the visitors who have come to Invercargill to celebrate yet another success in the field of education. And we're very proud of you. We know that many of you have come from other parts of New Zealand or other parts of the world. But I always feel that where you get educated is sort of becomes your second home. It's a place you'll always remember and think about often. I do many functions like this, and one of them that I had the honour of being the guest speaker at was the Indian Hall of Fame in Auckland. And they celebrate, they only had 8 who had succeeded to this position, but they celebrate Indians living in New Zealand who had really done well. And the prize this year went to Dr. Benjamin, who was not only a leading surgeon, but was a molecular scientist as well, and had done tremendous work on the cutting edge of very scientific research. And he had to, of course, stand up and accept his prize and then give a little speech. And he said, although I've won this award for scientific research, I must confess that I'm really at heart a very traditional person. And my wife and I, we've been married for 47 years, but we never met each other until we saw each other on our wedding day. Sounds like a modern day television program, I know. But and a lot of people ask me, he said, how that marriage was so successful when we never even knew each other. We never met until our marriage day. And he said, I decided to have that the power struggle would be resolved on day one, and without any hesitation, I would lay down the law. And on our wedding night, I said to my wife, look, this is how it's going to be in our house, all right? I'm the man of the house. I will make all the important decisions. And you, as my wife, are the woman of the house, and you can make all the minor decisions. And there was this gasp. People didn't know where to look. They thought, oh no, we're rewarding some old misogynist here. What are we going to do? Penny's heckles were rising, as you can imagine. The whole place went tense. And just at that moment, when something was going to give, he said, and after 47 years of marriage, I'm still waiting for an important decision that needs to be made. And the relief that happened as a result of that was almost audible. So life is full of surprises. You never know what's going to happen next. And some of you may aspire to be politicians. If so, let me give you a word of advice. Never try to roll a mare when the Olympic Games are on, because no one seems to take much of an interest in local government, although that's not the case in Hastings, I must admit. And of course I had, just after the elections were announced and the candidates stepped forward, we had a Rotary gathering right here in this magnificent stadium. And the head of the Rotary in our local area, John Prendergast, said, "Isn't it amazing," he said, "that these two gentlemen," because Tom was there as well, of course, Tim and Tom, talked to each other. They did the longest interview in the world. They were in the Guinness Book of Records, 26 hours. These two men spoke to each other, and then one of them announced he was running for mayor, and they haven't said a word to each other since. And again, you never know what's around the corner, but education is not just the certificate, although the certificate's important. Not for our generation, it wasn't very important, of course. I first came here to Southland in 1966 and got a job on the Manapiri Power Project, and you had to fill out this form, and it said, "Where have you worked as a hard rock miner before?" And the only place I could think of was Mount Isa, so I just put Mount Isa, and they said, "Oh, great to see you've got experience, Mr. Shadbolt," and hired me on the spot. But there were no computers in those days. They could never check up on you. But nowadays, oh boy, the world you're going into, it's full of certification. You've got to have even safety rules. They never gave us earmuffs or safety glasses or anything like that. A man a mile got killed on the tunnel, and that was considered fair enough, you know. And now, health and safety, oh boy, you've got to be certified. You've got to be up with the play. And this is your first step towards learning that process of survival in the modern world. I'm sure you'll give it your best. I'm sure that you will take with you fond memories of being in the South, and wherever you go and whatever you do, we want you never to forget the humble little city of Invercargill. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Thank you, Mayor Tim. Our guest speaker tonight, Michaela Edwards, is the owner of Runway Hair Design in Gore and has enjoyed a successful career in hairdressing. Last year, Michaela represented New Zealand, competing against 39 other countries at the Weller International Trend Vision Awards, held in Berlin. Michaela studied towards her apprenticeship at SIT, and tonight will share with us her experiences in her career and offer some advice for success. Ladies and gentlemen, Michaela Edwards.
Good evening, guys. Thank you so much for that introduction. It brings back pretty cool memories of Berlin and also being down here and studying. It was a pretty sweet deal when I was at Polytech. So it's a real honour to speak here tonight. I'm actually a little bit nervous, so if I tell a joke or something, you guys have to pretend to laugh or laugh like a little bit. So I think that it's a wee bit funny. So if you could just kind of like, if you think something might be a little bit funny, just give me a chuckle. So I've been asked to speak about my experience in life and how I got to where I am now, which has been quite a journey. I started at high school, and not being the most academic student, high school was not the place for me. I got the bums rush out of high school by our deputy principal at the time telling me, "You'll never be anything, you'll never amount to anything, you might as well leave." And at this point I was like, "All right, thanks." Where do you go from there? So instead of using that as a downfall for myself and my personal ability, I used it to build myself up and tried to educate myself in becoming a higher achiever, which was something that didn't come easily to myself. So studied down here at Polytech with Donna, who put up with me being the jokester or the rascal, but still very studious. And then I finished my studying down here and opened a business called Runway. We had that for a few years, and I was 22 when I had my first child, and then at 24 I had another one. So, no, how old was I? 26. Had another one, don't even know. And 3 months into having my brand new beautiful daughter, my world came crashing down. And I hit a massive crossroad in my life. I ended up with depression. I couldn't get out of bed. The tragedy that surrounded me at the time felt like something I was never going to be able to get out of. I felt like I was treading water and getting nowhere, and I was spending a lot of my time feeling so hurt and disappointed in this person's decisions and the way my life had turned out. Because, you know, nobody wants their most perfect life to come crashing down, and when it does, it's not something that you can control. It's not something that you can control how you feel at that time. But after a couple of months of feeling quite miserable and hopeless, I kind of decided, well, actually, I'm done. I'm done feeling worthless, and I'm done feeling like this is all I'm ever going to feel. I'm done being miserable, and I'm done with this depression thing. And I know that this isn't something that everybody can do, but for me, it was something that I had to do. I had to pull myself out of this horrible situation because I had my 2 beautiful children. So for me, I came to the conclusion that all this time and this energy that I was spending in feeling horrible and depressed and awful could be much better spent doing something else. So I learnt to harness my own energy, learnt how to forgive, which was incredibly difficult. But I learnt to forgive and focus that energy onto positive things. I wanted to be a high achiever my whole life, and I just didn't know what path I was going to take to be my type of high achiever. So I started to compete in our regional competitions a bit more that we have down here, and I would place previously, and then I started, once I kind of learnt to channel this energy that I was having, instead of into negative things, into the positive, I started to gain traction, and I started to win. And I was like, this is great. I like this. Who doesn't want that feeling? This is quite legit. I like it. So the next year I entered again, and we won. I think I won everything, which was really exciting. I was like, oh my gosh, take that, high school student teacher lady who said I'd be not much. Ha. So I felt incredible. So the next year I thought, I've done this stuff regionally, what am I going to do? So I entered our national competition, which was the Well Trend Vision. It's a massive competition, like really cool people win it, like way cooler than me. I'm not very cool, I'm awkward. I walk in the wrong line, I trip over, I'm all gangly and noodle-legged. I'm not cool at all. So it was really exciting to be entering this thing where all my sort of hairdressing idols were entering, and previous winners I'd seen down in hairdressing events and been like, oh, yeah, they're pretty cool. So I entered, made the semis, and then we made the finals. And the finals are held at a big live competition up in Auckland. So I flew up there with my model, who was also from Gore, and it was massive. We walked in feeling like tiny little squiddy fish in a big pond. People were there to compete, so they weren't overly friendly. So we were kind of like, oh gosh, Hilary and I were a bit stressed out, like, what about this? This is a bit nerve-wracking. So then they had the live rehearsals, so we all had to come down the stairs, and all the models were walking, the music was pumping, and I was standing beside these 2 hairdressers, these 2 guys, and every finalist was from Auckland, apart from one girl from Oamaru and myself from Gore. And I was standing beside these 2 guys from Auckland, and they were like, oh, you're from Gore, eh? And I was like, yeah, I am, I'm really excited, this is fun. And they were like, oh, do you guys even have scissors there? And I was like, oh God, oh, yes. And they said, oh, haha, and you guys all bogans? And I was like, oh, maybe, I don't know. It's like, maybe some of my family is, I'm not sure. And so I was like quite stunned, and so I just kind of stood there and was like, oh well, like, can you even cut here? And I was like, right, that's it. I've had a guts full. And I was like, well, you're about to find out. Little did they know that I had a wee secret blimmin' assassin model who can walk like a woman possessed. And the music come on and she hit the runway, and she's like 15 million feet tall, stunning, gorgeous woman, and she just owned it. She walked the best out of every model, and she looked like a knockout. On the guys who were so cheeky and full of words before went a bit quiet. I was like, haha, your model can't walk like that. And so she nailed it, and we went upstairs, and they were like, oh, she's quite good, isn't she? And I was like, yep. Carried on, and then I thought, right, if you guys are going to mock me and make me feel small and little, I'm going to be a bit tactful here. So my model had this incredible outfit, and it was actually made from glue gun glue. So it looked like dripping metal. It was incredible. So everyone started competing. They started, redoing the hair and making sure their model looked amazing. And I thought, well, the first thing we're going to do is get our model into this outfit. So we got her in this banging outfit, and I was like, right, Hills, get your walk on. And she walked past this whole long table of all these competitors and all these people who thought that I didn't deserve to be there, and she nailed it. And they stopped working, and then they watched. And I could see their faces, and they were scared, and I was like, yeah, that's how we do it down south. Take that. So it was great. Then we started to compete. We actually got to doing some hair after showing off. And she looked amazing. And to the end of, we get 3 hours to complete our look. And at the end of the 3 hours, one of the boys who had continually caned me out through the competition said, oh, drinks on the winner. And then one of the other guys who had said, I can't cut hair, said, oh, Michaela, get your card out. And I was like, yeah, I will, winner. Felt quietly confident. So at the awards, which were our models walked live, and my family was there, and it was this incredible event. There was celebs and all sorts of cool stuff happening. And Hilary walked, and she just looked like a goddess. I was so proud of her. And she came out the back, and I was like, Hills, I think we've got this. We've got something. I wasn't sure what it was. And then they called out the winners, and they called out bronze, and it wasn't me. And I was like, oh, yikes. I thought if I'd get something, it would definitely be a bronze. If it's silver, I'm going to lose it. And I was like looking at Hilary, and she was on the other side, and she was just like white, and we were all panicked. And then they called out silver, and it wasn't me. And I was like, I've either done an actual bogan mullet, or I've won. Quite extreme circumstances. Like I wasn't sure how it was going to go. And then they called out gold, and it was my name, and I fully lost the plot. I went all noodle-legged. I couldn't walk. I was nervous, and I was sweating, and I kind of stumbled out on stage and hugged the man, and I think he was a bit like, oh, get off. And I'd won, and then I'd won a trip to Berlin, to the other side of the world, being this uneducated high schooler who was told that I wouldn't do any good, and I'll never be anyone, and I had won something for my whole country. And I was taking my model and my makeup artist to Berlin, to the other side of the world, to represent my country. It was the coolest feeling. I went out, you walk down, you've got to do flowers and things afterwards. I saw my makeup artist, she was hysterical. I was like, you're a makeup artist, sort this out. You look terrible. And we were off. A couple of months later, we were on the plane and went to Berlin. It was the most incredible feeling. I've spoken here before, and I said to the students, I'm no athlete. I would never represent New Zealand in anything other than hairdressing. I catch a ball with my face. No way was it going to be that. So to be able to say I'm here to represent New Zealand was the most incredible feeling. And then we had this massive 3 days of 12-hour rehearsals and colouring my model in a hotel bathroom and having to do it again, and then going down to the kitchen and being like, can I put her head under your lights in the restaurant? Those heat light things, because I can't see. It was not good. Had to do it again. So it was about 12 hours worth of colour. And then it came to the big day, and it's next level over there. Everybody has brought their A game and their game face. Nobody is there to make friends. Everyone is there to compete. And we'd done our thing. We did the Parade of Nations, which is incredible. You come out to this massive stage, and your model walks, and on either side the stage is lit up with your country's flag. It was the best feeling ever, and it took me back to that moment of feeling so low and worthless, and remembering where I'd come from, that I had overcome things that I thought were going to be my undoing. I couldn't have imagined that 3 years earlier I would have been that person that I was. And out of something that I found to be an absolute tragedy, I had found more strength and more ability than I thought I ever had. And watching my model was the most breathtaking experience with our flag and then calling out your country. It was amazing. So once we'd done that, we had to wait a couple of hours, and they said that the finals were happening, the prize giving was happening. So we went out and they called out People's Choice, and it wasn't me. I was like, unpopular again, whatever. And then they called out bronze, and it wasn't me, and I had that whole feeling again, like, oh no, I've brought a mullet to Berlin, what am I doing? It's going to go to custard. And then silver, and it wasn't me, and I thought, oh, next year. And then they don't call out your name, they call out your country. And then they said, for gold is New Zealand, and it was me, and I lost my nana, lost it. Hillary and I walked out. I'm pretty sure I tripped. You can see me just kind of walking and going, making all these faces and noises and stuff as you walk out. It's on YouTube. Don't look it up. It's not my proudest moment, but it sort of is. It's a real tug of war how I feel about that video. So I had come to this most incredible place on the other side of the world, being an uneducated high school student, dropout, moved out of home when I was 15, little rascal but pretty entertaining person on the other side of the world, and won gold for my country. My whole point with this is that we as humans are here for ourselves, right? We're here to be the best that we can be in the chosen field that we decide to get involved in. But also that we are actually a product of ourselves and our own environment. And going forward in life, it's really up to us how high we decide that we're going to achieve and the goals that we're going to smash. For me, I constantly educate myself. I constantly try and strive. I suppose it's easier for me because I have my 2 children, and I want them to be so proud of me. I want them to look at me and be like, that's my mum. And for my staff to look at me and say, that's my boss. We're only limited to our own person. If we can harness our own energy and focus that negative stuff that we have into something positive, the world is our oyster. We can go as far as we want. So going to the other side of the world for me, and being from a town of 12,000 people, and then still going on after that and speaking about that event, and saying, oh, I'm from a town of 12,000 people, and people are like, oh, so was I. And I'm like, mate, I still live there. So we can be whoever we want to be in life. This is not a dress rehearsal, this life. This is ours for the taking. You can take that in any way that you like going forward, whether it's personally or professionally or with better education or to keep upskilling, whatever it is. But you just need to get out of your own way and start pushing forward, because there's nobody else who can tell us that we can't do something. We can do what we want. It's completely up to us how high we achieve at whatever level it might be and in whatever field. We get one life, and in my personal opinion, I think you need to live it to the absolute maximum. I've lost too many people over the years through sadness or illness or whatever it is, and I look around at the people that I love and I want to see them achieving at a crazy high level, because why not? And nobody can tell us that we can't do that. My high school teacher, you can shush, lady, because I'm doing what I want now and you are out of my way. The person who did me wrong, jog on, mate. I'm going to still keep achieving at a high level. I want everyone to just take stock on what they're doing, really look at what you're up to and where you want to go. Make sure you plan and push yourself further. A year ago, I hated public speaking, and this, I probably would have wet myself if I had to get up and speak at a graduation. I would have been horrified. And now I'm doing it. It's something I never thought I would ever do, and I'm so very proud of where I am now and the people who have helped me get here, and especially saying that I studied down here, I still live down here, and I'm also here to help others achieve and to grow as a person. So remember that going forward, this is one of the most incredible moments, because now you have all got what you came here for. you're graduating and you're being amazing humans and you're doing incredible stuff. Now, you guys have really got free rein to be as amazing as you want to be. The world is our oyster. It's time for us to take control of it and do amazing things, treat each other well, be a good human, put that goodness out to the universe and you'll get nothing but good stuff back. I really hope that you guys enjoyed my wee journey and that you take something from today and that you do get out of your own way and just start nailing life, because it's a great feeling. And you guys are already halfway. You've done so well. You should be very, very proud that you're here tonight graduating, because it's an incredibly special thing. Thank you so much for your time. Have an amazing night. Thank you for listening to me waffle.
Thank you, Michaela. I have to say, I'm thoroughly inspired, so I'm quite sure the graduates are too. I always feel it's a tough act following me, Tim, and I think you were more than up to it. I now call on Doug Rogers, Head of Faculty, Trades and Technology, to introduce the faculty.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's a great pleasure that I present to you the certificate recipients for the Faculty of Trades and Technology for 2016. The Faculty of Trades and Technology offers certificate-level pre-trade teaching in veterinary nursing, hairdressing, construction, mechanical engineering, automotive engineering, business and travel. I now ask Program Operations Managers Robin Te Maihiroa, Russell Finlay and Lisa Shaw to come forward and announce the names of the certificate recipients, and I call on Chief Executive Penny Simmons to award the certificates.
I'm pleased to announce the award recipients for the Certificate in Automotive Engineering. The recipients are Grant Fleming, David Noble, and Connor Small. Congratulations to the recipients of the Certificate in Automotive Engineering.
I'm pleased to announce the award recipients for the Certificate in Business Administration Level 3. The recipients are Tracy Erin Cleghorn, Joanna Lightband, Mary Lowe, Danielle Powell. Congratulations to the Certificate in Business Administration Award recipients. I'm pleased to announce the award recipients for the Certificate in Elementary Hair Design. The recipients are Estelle Rose Coburn, Taylor Hamilton, Bailey Hannon-Boyce, Natasha Jones, Stormy Lee McDonald, Ashley Paget, Alicia Steele, Emma Twaits, congratulations to the recipients of the Certificate in Elementary Hair Design Award. I'm pleased to announce the award recipients for the Certificate in Veterinary Nursing. The recipients are Rachel Chittick, Denaura Dagiri, Rebecca Hamilton, Jessie Lightfoot, Demi Jean Presling Cook, Emma Ridley, and Brittany Webb. Congratulations to the Certificate in Veterinary Nursing Award recipients. Thank you.
Tēnā koutou. I'm pleased to announce the certificate recipients for the Construction 2015 Semester 3. Jaden Lee Carey. Carl Hopkinson. Riwi Kingi Karatai. David Meads. Marshall Webb. Now I'd like to announce certificate recipients for the next construction course was the Certificate in Construction 2015 Semester 4. Andrew Cole. Jamie Newport Foster. Congratulations to these recipients for the construction. I'm pleased to announce the certificate recipients for the Mechanical Engineering Level 2, 2016. Te Oho Reri Hari Ora. And Johannes Tikuru. Congratulations to all the recipients of these certificates.
Thank you, Program Managers. Congratulations to all the recipients. This concludes the awards for the Faculty of Trades and Technology.
Thank you, Doug, and thank you to the Program Managers. I now call on Marie Howden as Head of the Faculty for Health, Humanities and Computing to provide an introduction to the faculty.
Good evening, everybody. The Faculty of Health, Humanities and Computing offers programs in the fields of sport and exercise, massage, nursing and allied health, te reo Māori, information technology and environmental management. Graduates of the Certificate in Pre-Entry to the Bachelor of Nursing may staircase into the New Zealand Diploma in Enrolled Nursing, the Bachelor of Nursing, and we also offer the Postgraduate Diploma in Health Science. I now ask Program Manager Anne Gill to come forward and announce the names of the award recipients.
Thank you, Marie. I'm pleased to announce the award recipients for the Faculty of Health, Humanities and Computing. I call on Chief Executive Penny Simmons to award the certificates. Certificate in Pre-Entry to Bachelor of Nursing. The recipients are Kelsey Atley, Amy Birch, Erica Brownus-Waris, Kale Fallu, Claudia Hickman, Shavashni Lal, Ruth Light, Christine Lindsay, Olivia MacDonald, Hayley Patterson, Shivani Prasad, Nicole Taylor, congratulations to the awardees.
Thank you, Anne, and congratulations to the awardees. This concludes the awards for the Faculty of Health, Humanities and Computing.
Thank you, Marie and Anne. I now call on Terry McClelland, Head of Faculty for Sit to Learn, to provide an introduction to the faculty.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Sit to Learn faculty specializes in flexible delivery and offers over 40 certificate, diploma, degree, and postgraduate qualifications in a range of disciplines. I now ask Program Manager Steve Wohler to come forward and announce the names of the certificate award recipients, and I call on Chief Executive Penny Simmons to award the certificates.
Thank you, Terry. I'm pleased to announce the award recipients for the Sit to Learn certificate programs. The recipient for the Certificate in Environmental Management, Margaret Craigie. Congratulations, Margaret. The recipient for the Certificate in General Horticulture, Sarah McDonald. Congratulations, Sarah. The recipients for the certificate in Introduction to Teacher Aiding are Prashika Anjani. Susan Dennis. And Mindy Mills. Congratulations to the Certificate in Introduction to Teacher Aiding course recipients. Congratulations to all the Sit to Learn Certificate Award recipients.
Thank you, Steve, and congratulations to the awardees. This concludes the awards for the Faculty of Sit to Learn.
Thank you, Terry and Chris. I now call on Phil Morrison, Head of Faculty, New Media, Arts and Business, to provide an introduction to the faculty.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening. New Media, Arts and Business faculty offers a number of certificate programs in applied arts, business, audio production, music, fashion and hospitality. I now ask Program Manager Glenn Strudine and Tutor Melissa James to come forward and announce the names of the certificate award recipients. I call on Chief Executive Penny Simmons to award the certificates.
I'm pleased to announce the award recipients for the School of Hospitality, National Certificate in Hospitality Cookery Level 4. The recipients are Sarah Bradshaw. Sophie Collins Mackenzie. Ella Ritson-Jones. Congratulations to the National Certificate in Hospitality Cookery Level 4 award recipients. I am pleased to announce the award recipients for the School of Hospitality, New Zealand Certificate in Cookery Level 3. The recipients are Yo Nonnapat Breen, Acacia Cooper, Bailey Gilson, Christine Tran, Amy Withington, congratulations to the New Zealand Certificate in Cookery Level 3 award recipients. I am pleased to announce the award recipients for the School of Hospitality, New Zealand Certificate in Food and Beverage Service Level 3. The recipients are Maxine Christie, Trish Ferguson, Alan Foster, Georgia Mackay-Holtz. Emma Paget. James Troe. Alicia White. Emma White. Congratulations to the New Zealand Secret and Food and Beverage Service Level 3 award recipients.
I am pleased to announce the award recipients for the School of Fashion, Certificate in Pattern Making and Garment Construction. The recipients are Cecilia Chen, Riley Goodman, congratulations to the Certificate in Pattern Making and Garment Construction Award recipients.
Thank you, Glenn and Melissa, and congratulations to the certificate award recipients. This concludes the awards for the Faculty of New Media, Arts and Business.
Thank you, Phil and program managers, and well done to all the graduates. Let me congratulate you all on your newfound status and wish you success in whatever endeavours and challenges lie ahead. It's now with considerable pleasure that I invite SIT's very hard-working, visionary CEO, Penny Simmons, to speak.
Kia ora tātou, greetings and welcome to our mid-year certificate level 2 to 4 graduation ceremony. Almost half of all SIT students are enrolled at certificates at levels 2 to 4. Of these students, over 1/3 progress onto higher levels of study, and of course the majority of the other 2/3 go into employment and often onto apprenticeships. So you are a group of students that are very important not only to SIT, but also to employers in the wider Southland community. So congratulations to everyone who crossed the stage tonight. It's a proud moment for family and friends, as well as those of us at SIT who have watched you progress through your qualification. As a large, modern institute of technology, at SIT we pride ourselves on delivering 3 key outcomes for our community. We help create a highly skilled and employable workforce. Each of you are on that pathway now. Through highly skilled employees, we help drive economic growth by assisting industry to increase productivity and efficiency. And we work to assist individuals to improve their social well-being. Again, that's each of you, and then the impact you have on your communities. So how does this occur at SIT? Your journey to become highly skilled and employable starts through our work-focused professional and vocational education. We know that education is a passport to a better future, and that you, as students, are studying so you can either begin a new career, take a step up your current career, learn some new skills, or one day be your own boss, like our inspirational speaker, Michelle, this evening. We are about providing education for work. So our tutors come from industry and have been practicing professionals. Their connection to the real needs of employers helps ensure that what you, our students, learn is relevant, because we work in partnership with industry to help create and deliver our programs. We teach in a different way, one that we believe achieves better success for you, our students. We combine knowledge and theory with work-based application, such as industry-designed projects and work experience, ensuring that you, our graduates, have both the technical knowledge and the professional skills that are so highly valued by employers. Everything we do is about getting closer to industry and linking students with the workplace. That is why our campuses aren't full of classrooms and lecture theatres. We also have workshops, studios, laboratories, and simulation suites that reflect what work is actually like. It's also why our teaching staff are called tutors, not lecturers. Students learn not only the skills needed for the next job, but skills that are essential for a whole career. Adaptability, problem solving, entrepreneurship, critical thinking, finding creative solutions, and communications are skills that epitomise an institute of technology education. They are highly valuable and relevant to the rapidly changing needs of the modern world, and you should now be well on the way to having these skills. A New Zealand Institute of Technology qualification is recognised and respected both nationally and internationally. SIT delivers more than 180 qualifications, from Level 2 certificates through to Level 8 postgraduate diplomas and master's degrees. And all our programs have New Zealand Qualifications Authority accreditation and approval. We believe that professional and vocational education is a key contributor to increasing industry productivity and capability and driving economic growth. We work in a true partnership with industry and employers to align the content, skills, and the way we teach to best reflect industry needs, so that employers can access graduates that can add real value to their organisations. Through our zero tuition fees scheme, we pride ourselves on providing greater access to tertiary education and increasing participation levels. And we are committed to providing the essential support services students need to succeed. These are the key elements to creating positive social and economic change for students and graduates as individuals and the communities they live in. By increasing individual capability and enhancing student skills for work, we increase the resilience of our workforce and our economy. This reduces reliance on social support and ensures that our graduates are equipped to adapt to the changing needs of the industries we work with. Achievement builds pride and confidence. We heard that today from Michaela, and it benefits not only you, our graduates, but also your families and the wider communities you live and work in. We hope you've enjoyed your time studying at SIT. Congratulations on achieving this really important milestone, your graduation, and we wish you well in your future career and study endeavours. You should be very proud of your achievement. Your friends and family are proud of you, and SIT is certainly very proud of you. Well done. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you.
Thank you, Penny, for those remarks. I'd like to again thank you for all the work that you and your hard-working staff do. That concludes the formal part of the ceremony, and it just remains for me to thank you all for attending. Once again, I pass my congratulations on to the graduates. I acknowledge and thank our guest speaker, Michaela Edwards, His Worship, Mayor Tim Shadbolt, Ngāi Tahu Kaumātua, Michael Skerritt, and distinguished guests. What will happen now is that the official party will be piped from the stage, followed by staff and then graduating students. For the remainder of the audience, please feel free to applaud the graduates as they leave. The official party and staff will form a guard of honour for the students to process through as they exit the event court. We invite guests to follow the procession to the community courts for light refreshments. Please note the photographer will be available for more photographs, and that photographs already taken during the ceremony will be available on display in the events court area. For your convenience, we've arranged for the graduates to be able to return your regalia today outside the squash courts in the foyer following supper. Please now stand and applaud the graduates. Thank you for being here today.